My life verse is Philippians 4:11. Not that I speak in respect of want, but I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I like this verse because life is very unexpected, and we don't always know what tomorrow holds. And sometimes the plans we make are not the plans that God has for us. Ben and I had only been married a few short months when I discovered I was pregnant. It was very exciting. Always wanted to have a large family. So when I went to the OBGYN, they were concerned about some of the life-threatening health problems I'd been having with my back, and they encouraged me to have an abortion. I said no very clearly, and I was going to have this baby. I did go on bed rest, but God took care of both BJ and I'm so glad that we had him, that God gave him to us, because he's such a joy and we're very proud of him. My back issues started when I was 13 years old. My mother saying to me, "Stand up straight," and I thought I was. However, they discovered that I have what's called Sherman's kyphosis, and so my back had a hump in it, and I needed to wear a brace 23 hours a day from my shoulders down to below my waist. This was difficult, as you can imagine, during school years, but I made it through. At the age of 17, my back was curved so much forward that it was about a 90-degree angle, and I had constant pain. The doctor suggested that I have a 2-part surgery where it would correct the hump and also put bars on each side of my vertebrae. They took a rib and some hip bone and they put it between each vertebrae so that the vertebrae would, instead of being triangle shaped, would be rectangle shaped, which would then lift me up. After that 2-part surgery, I was able to stand up at the height of 6'2", which was about a 4-inch increase from before the surgery. A few months after that surgery, we discovered that I had an infection that was the kind that would eat tissue and bone. So the doctor had emergency surgery that Sunday morning and went in, removed the bars, and completely flushed out all the infection. And during the surgery, I bled a lot, and the doctor did not think I was going to recover. So they had my family members come in to say goodbye to me. They were crying, and I couldn't understand why, because I was fine. God was going to take care of me, and God did take care of me. That year, for my senior year, I spent most of the time in a hospital bed in my parents' bedroom so that my mom could take care of me because I couldn't do anything on my own. And it was difficult, but I did complete all my senior work so that come the spring, I was able to walk with my class and graduate. Now, shortly after graduation, they needed to go in and put new bars in. They waited a few months after recovery from surgery 3. And when they went in, they discovered that they needed to put titanium bars in because those are nice and strong and I shouldn't have any problems. However, after waiting a year to go to college, during my freshman year at college, the bars did break, and the doctor needed to go in for surgery number 5, remove the titanium bars, and put stainless steel bars in instead. I had to wait a year to go back to college, so now I'm 2 years behind my classmates. So that year, though, I went back and Ben came and I got to meet him and become friends with him and hang out. And all of this was not part of the plan, but God had a better plan for me. You never know what each day will hold, And even right now, I need to have another surgery, which is a major reconstruction surgery because my bars are broken and they need to go in and break the pelvis and lower the vertebrae and do quite a bit. And unfortunately, in the state of Florida, there's no qualified doctor to do it. And our insurance is in Florida. And even in that uncertainty of not knowing when or if I'll be able to get this surgery that I need, God has a plan. And so that verse of learning to be content is almost a daily encouragement to me that when the pain is unbearable, it's okay because God has a plan and I just need to learn to be content. So I encourage you, when you don't know what's happening and you don't know why it's happening, to just learn to be content and give it to God. God always makes a way, even if it's having a neighbor who can come over and help you do your laundry and vacuum your house for you because you're unable to physically do it yourself. He'll take care of you. Just learn to depend and lean upon Him. I am content. Not because everything goes well and there's no problems, but because God is good and He always makes a way.